of course, by Chicken Schnitzel Sandwiches. They are the schnitziest. And we're getting ready for the grand finals. It will be the Chiefs once again. They, of course, get themselves into their 4th finals, as there have been 4 in a row. They've won all 3 so far, but they're up against an out-of-order team that is completely in orderly fashion, moved into the finals 3-0.
Out of order, attempting to do it again. It was a tough week for them last week, 4-0. And when it comes to the Chiefs, they're the top 2 goal scorers. Zen had 2.25 goals per game last week. You know why? Because he's got a massive ego. He says, I'm the best, and no matter what, if you are man down, if you are struggling, he has no remorse. He will score over and over and over again. He absolutely punished that out-of-order lineup.
Yeah, the man is ruthless, and I think it goes to show, though, that he's really starting to come into his own in this Chiefs lineup. There was question marks over whether or not he could fill the shoes of Drippe, but he has shown that he's got the skills, he's got the credentials. The question is, can he fill his potential?
I got to speak to Zen as well last week, and he said he doesn't want, when he's up against 2 members of the opponent's team, to let anything slide. He will play his best because that is how you win out the series. You can really see the competitive mentality.
Yeah, he's going up against some of his former teammates as well, formerly a member of the Order side. So, of course, they've already knocked him down once or twice. We'll see this being a rematch of the finals from last week around, but I wonder what Out of Order have up their sleeves this time. They put it away real surprisingly quick against Icon.
They really did. 3-0. No one 3-0s Icon except apparently Out of Order. They've done it now. But the Chiefs have won every single gauntlet so far.
They are the raid boss.
3-time champions.
They are the final raid boss by the looks of things as well. And I think, that just speaks to, I guess, their confidence, their position in OCE. And for a long time, they've been the ones with the target on their back, yet they've still been able to maintain, a high status within the...
And you talk to all the players in the region, all the top teams, and they say, Chiefs aren't great in scrims. They're usually beating them out. They think, the performance is different. When it comes to tournament level, that's where the experience truly shines for the Chiefs. That's where they're really coming out to play their best.
Yeah, Scrimbucks only buy you so much, unfortunately. Chiefs really have the results where it counts. 3 gauntlets down, 3 gauntlet championships. They'll be looking to make it around 4 here, but Out of Order are certainly going to try and take it to them the best they can.
It is a best of 7 as well. So truly the best team will win. The best team will take down that $120. But Out of Order went 0-4. They've got a long way to go to try and take down Chiefs.
Yeah, I think last week it was a case of them in that previous match potentially even playing the grand final and running out of steam coming into the actual final.
Yeah, this time they didn't have to run the gauntlet. They were already placed pretty much towards the end from last week's performance.
And they looked fairly comfortable too for a team that didn't have that run-in match, that warm-up. So I think for some teams, it's what they need to get going. They weren't slow starters in that instance, but now they're they're starting to look more comfortable and doing it with less of a run-up as well.
Yeah, they've got every single chance right now to do much different. They were really tilted off the face of the earth last week. They did not put any real resistance up. So this is a real test for Out of Order because they've proven that they can make it to the World Championship. But a win over the Chiefs could prove that they're potentially the best team as well.
Yeah, I think, if they do manage to even take a game off the Chiefs early on, because they have been so potent in the early matches, it could mean that confidence starts to roll into maybe a second game and a third, because that's how you beat teams that are better than you. It starts somewhere. You've got to catch them off guard. Chiefs, they've been sitting back. They've been sitting in Twitch chat. I've seen them. They have been quietly confident, and I think for them it's important they get off to a good start.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing how they take on this matchup. They've been watching and waiting for any and all comers, and it has all come down to this one best of 7 to determine our next Gauntlet champions. The Chiefs take the first touch in this game 1. It's Torsos with the charge forward, but good defense here from Out of Order to try and stop this one from going in. Torsos, a round 2 attempt, is also foiled.
An important part to see if there are any gaps in Chiefs' armor right now. Will Zen be able to step up to his position multiple weeks in a row?
This is really where he starts to stake his claim. Against these former teammates, Jules, he's definitely going to be confident. So if he can get himself in the match early on, look for him to be a real live wire.
Torsos keeps going for these attacks forward, but it's good defense from the Out of Order boys right now. Kami tries to go on the high and ends up missing that connection there. Still, though, possession seems to be boggled back and forth just a bit in this early game.
You can see the passes go as well. That pass across from Zen, looking for his teammates. Torsos stays forward too.
Good job by Siki, though, on the defense, and Doesn't end up counting as a save, but it really doesn't matter right now. Out of Order certainly playing at a good start in this game one. Plenty of chances left, 4 minutes down. Let's see what Torsos can do with his next attacking attempt. He's beat up by Deka.
And a real sign of intent there from Siki too, going beyond the lines just to get that demo on Zen. So for him, confidence is key. He's been a key player. I'd like to see him roll on further.
Chiefs are playing confident.
They certainly are, and Torsos is the man at the front of that all. Zen tries to go in for the pass attempt here. Out of Order, though, playing defense, playing it well, but can they keep this up right now? They've got to turn to attack, and unfortunately, they've run out of steam. Torsos sniffs out the weakness and delivers.
Where's Jules going? That is not the way to defend the net, and he gets completely caught out. The attack from Chiefs just getting him out of the way.
Yeah, I'm having signs of deja vu here, unfortunately, but they go down the first goal to Chiefs, and hopefully for them, not a few more goals. They're going their way. Uh-oh.
Siki's not moving.
No, true deja
Flashbacks
vu.
of last week. This ain't good. Oh boy, well, they've managed to clear it away at least, hopefully buying him enough time to get the reconnect going, but that is a roughie right there. Jules will get the defensive pushback, but playing 2v3 feels bad.
Oh, Chiefs know the strategy, but Siki, he's lost his connection. He needs to bring this back ASAP. You cannot afford to be a man down against the Chiefs.
Oh boy, Jules is going to try and slow this one down for just a second, and it looks like they're going to stop for a second. Gentleman's agreement there. I think they're going to try to go for the reset.
This is Zen time.
Yeah, we
looks
are
like
going to
will
have a remake. And hopefully they give up a goal as well. You know, I think Chiefs really earned that goal that they did get against Jules. We will see if that happens, but we're gonna have to really find out what's going on. I think that's great to see the sportsmanship coming out from the Chiefs. They didn't need to do that. They could have continued playing, and they want to have the best match possible.
Yeah, and I think from Zen's perspective as well, maybe he's just a little bit disappointed he doesn't get to find a few extra goals to pad his stats a little bit further.
Yeah.
But
He really wanted to keep going. He was in.
He really
Yeah,
did.
no, but it's nice. It's nice that the Chiefs did do that, and
Yeah.
you know, definitely very sportsmanlike team. Some question marks still, of course, on the other side. You know, you got to make sure. Obviously, your internet can die at the most unexpected of times, but Out of Order will get another chance at this. They should give up that one goal, which means that they'll still be one down, but we'll see how it all shakes out when we get
I
back
hope
in the
so.
game.
We'll see what happens. You know, maybe that goal was considered part of the issue as well. Maybe Siki had disconnected for that.
He did go wildly off to the left, though, yeah.
Yeah, that was Jules last week, unfortunately.
I think even just then, the sportsmanship, the remake, goes to show that this is a community tournament for the community.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's in the right spirit. So,
Yeah, for sure.
hats off.
It's a little bit of a short delay, but we will be getting underway in just a bit. But in the meantime, the form, though, I mean, it's been great to see Chiefs in such an impressive attack. And Torsos, I mean, that guy is like a bullet speeding through midfield every time.
Yeah, he's fast. He's one of the fastest players, even in terms of average speed. I think he's number 3, maybe number 2 behind CJ. And he uses and takes the most boost of anyone. That's usually a sign that you're getting really involved. You're incredibly fast around the pitch, and that can be really strangling for the opponent's team.
And he's really strong mechanically as well. He always finds himself in great positions. He always, as a result of like his boost management as well, has enough left in the tank to get to the ball when it matters.
Yeah, that's the important thing, to be able to be both a defensive and offensive player and find those set plays, but also find the weakness where in between passes you can sniff out an attack. Not every player is capable of doing that.
He's so good at opening up the net, creating these opportunities, being unpredictable, and it's just purely off of pace. He's really good at getting his one touch and up. You really saw it even just in that first minute or two with the Chiefs, getting into the attack, and then that's when the team play comes in. He gets them there, and then they rotate as 3. They continue the attack on, and even then, he's still coming out of the side, getting out of blind spots, and potentially really messing with his opponent's heads.
Yeah, and I think you know, one of the quiet additions to that Chiefs roster has been Kami. He came in with the departure of Jake, and there wasn't really much of a transition period. He sort of had to hit the ground running, and he's been able to not only just hit the ground running, but also be a leader now for Zen, to bring him under his wing and say, hey, I was you 6 months ago. I was in the same position. I was coming into a roster that had a lot of expectation. And, you know, these are the things that helped me get across the line.
Well, I think the best part for Kami is that he really feels like he's the one who stepped into Drippé's role. We keep talking about, oh, Zen has to fill the shoes of Drippé. That's not true. It's Kami. There is a lot of pressure on him. He's stepped up to the plate. He's playing incredibly consistently and well as well.
I think that speaks to the strength of their scouting as well. I mean, previously it was Kami playing with CJ as well on a previous roster. So there's a few of these players that have played against each other at the top level for a while now And I think, as I said previously, he now is also mentoring Zen a little bit too, because Zen's looking comfortable week by week.
Yep.
And I don't know who the coach is, but he's doing some work with it as well.
Yeah.
Seems to be the case. Looks like we're going to take a little bit more time than we expected to get things underway, so we will be cutting to a quick break. We'll get back to this as soon as we possibly can. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with us while we look to resolve the technical issues. But we'll be going on a quick break, and the grand finals of the Gauntlet will return in just a few. All right, everybody, welcome back once again to the Gauntlet. So apologies for the slight technical delays, but we are getting ready to get back into it. And as expected, the remake has gone through. Chiefs, of course, were given the 1 goal. So everything is set back up to where we expected to be. We should go up to about that 4-minute mark, and everybody's just going to wait around until we're actually ready to hop into the game. So about 30 seconds, and we will be picking up right where we left off. So nothing's changed, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's they did give the goal, so sportsmanship on both sides for sure. And we are going to get to find out who is going to take out the grand final, $120 gauntlet, put up by you guys, of course, as well. So while we are waiting, if you do want to support the gauntlet and keep it running every single week, get that donation. You also might have noticed there's some good Twitch viewership as well. Twitch are coming in, they're supporting the stream. They've put us on the front page, and that's great to see as well. Everyone in the Australian community getting together.
Yeah, shout out to Contract as well for his sponsorship of this week with the chicken schnitzel sandwiches, if I say that correctly. But I mean, as you said, it's a real community effort, and I think even now going into the sportsmanship side of things, Chiefs allowing that reset to come in of the match, and yeah, they're going to be exchanging a goal here. They're going to get back into it, and I think that really sums up the spirit of this.
And it's great, and we are back underway. We're ready to see who is the grand champion of the Gauntlet number 4.
Here we go. So Chiefs making a play for the round number 4. Of course, they start with 1 goal up due to that play that happened before the disconnect, but we are right back into it like nothing happened, and the players even take kickoff positions before we get underway. However, quick attack here. Combi going to lead the charge, looking to push this one in. Siki was there with the defense, as well as Deca. Playing into the net is out of order.
And Chiefs picking up exactly where they left off. On the aggression, getting the shots.
And he
Zen
gets
will
it.
finish it.
Oh, man, that was a second and third win. What a beautiful play, and eventually by the Chiefs, 2-0 up now.
And it just dangled there for ages. Kami doing a great job to continually lock it in. Wasn't a lot that could be done by out of order, and they're down by 2 goals at the moment, so they've got a mountain to climb.
You see all the pressure. Siki was the only one left with boost. So much aggression from the Chiefs, and we do not want to see another 4-0 coming out from these guys.
I think we'll have closer match than that for sure, Yummy. Let's see, though. Out of order. 3-0ing Icon in the last round, now finding themselves down 2 goals against the dominating Chiefs squad. Ball control, all on this side of the field. However, there's the clear from Deca. He's going to look to try and set this one up, but Kami does beat him to it. There's the reset. Looking for Siki to tap this one in, and he gets it. Nice set play.
An absolute banger as well. He hit that with some speed, and I think this is a continuation of that confidence we're seeing from Siki and Deca as well. But Siki here, make no mistake, he's rattled that cage.
Really good read. They waited in the midfield, looking for that attack to happen. As soon as it hits the wall, he's up.
And we are 3 minutes to play, 2-1 in favor of the Chiefs, but let's see what Out of Order can do. Siki gets demoed down by Kami, and Zen trying to keep this one high. It bounces in front of the net. Good clear there by Siki as he sends it just off to the right. Kami puts it back into the center, but it's all Out of Order as they get to clear once more. Still consistently attacking on the orange side of the pitch is Chiefs.
This is scary for Out of Order when they start running out of boost and the attack keeps continuing. Even Zen getting in, but a little bit of lack of confidence. He moved too far back.
There's the defense up from Kami. He's going to be riding the wall on the backboard right now. Gets for the center, but it's going to be Jules' turn to send it back forward. He misses the connection, though, after the challenge. Now it's going to be up to Deca. It's defended by Zen. Chiefs playing great on both sides of the pitch.
Oh, that's over the top of Kami. There was an opportunity.
So Deca's not going to get the space that he was being afforded in the last previous matches. So for him, it's about getting to the ball just that little bit faster. Chiefs are going to be reading him like a book.
Speaking of space, Torsos taking Kami out of the game.
Yeah, he does for just a second here. And there's another challenge. It's going to be once more in favor of Out of Order. Can they get the center ball? No one's there to actually pick it back up. Deca tried, but it gets pushed back by Torsos, and that's going to force the play to go back to the orange side. Siki picks it up and tries to drive it forward once more, but he's going to have to contend with 2 defenders.
Hopefully they don't feel like they need to make those solo plays as well. Their team play is working really well. Out of Order just needs to get back to the basics.
Yeah, Torso's going to look for an open net here. Siki is there. There's the bounce. Zen goes up for it. It's going to get defended by Deca. Still, though, dangerous ball placement.
Look how aggressive Torsos is. That's the second time now. He's...
Oh, the own goal. That's a feels bad, man.
Oh, you hate to see it. You really do. This was Siki just getting caught out, going too aggressive.
And he taps the whoops as well.
If he just let it go past, it was not a goal. 3-1 now for Chiefs off that.
Yeah, and I think that's just maybe some nerves starting to creep in here at the moment. It is only game 1 of a best-of-7 series, so they don't need to hit the panic button just yet.
We have seen Out of Order tilt under pressure before, but they're right back at it, trying to make the goal happen. It was a close affair. However, the Chiefs were able to defend. Once more, Siki going up to try and knock this one into center position. Takes the ball himself once more. No one's really there. It would look like a solo play until Jules comes up. Let's see if the third one can happen. It's bounced too far, though. Deca can't pick it. And that's going to be force a out-of-order defensive situation.
Zen getting really involved in the defense as well. That's what started that pinch. And it is a chance now for Order to get on the attack, but we keep seeing Chiefs beat them to the ball.
And they're reading it really well. I think that when they're coming in and trying to hit that backboard, Chiefs are just one step ahead here, but makes no mistake.
You did say they were reading them well, and that was not the read here from, I think it was Zen. Just misses it out, a bit reminiscent of Out of Order's last series.
Hey, man, Siki can score on both sides of the net. Let it be known. 3-2 right now with 42 seconds to play. This is a chance for Out of Order to pick up a game or at least turn it into overtime.
They're back in it.
And I'm really tempting fate here with the caster curse, let me tell you that.
All right, let's see if Out of Order can make some magic happen at the final hurdle here. Chiefs still on the attack, trying to keep this one on the orange side of the pitch. Deca and Siki going to combine up. Torso's trying to take it, but Jules comes in, pushes it off the backboard, taking it all the way! And it's a tie game!
Another big mistake, and that is going to tie it up for Out of Order. Just completely opening up the net. Look at Kami flying past, and it's Jules. The guy who was quiet all day, he's stepped up.
I did not see a mistake like that coming out of this Chiefs roster. There's 26 seconds left. There's going to be a grandstand finish in match number 1.
Here we go. There's the touch. It's going to start with going Jules' direction. Zen picks this one up after the demo onto him. Another demo. Chiefs are just going ham here. However, there's still a challenge on either side of the map. I think if you were Out of Order, you're going to be happy with an overtime at this point because of how dire things seemed earlier on. Here's 10 seconds to play. Going to get bounced up by Out of Order. Siki's there looking for the center ball. Zen's going to be defending it. Looks like we're going to OT.
This is a real test now for the Chiefs' mentality. They had the win, but they let it slide. They threw that 2-goal lead, and that can really get inside your head when you're in this overtime.
Starting with the first touch onto out of order. Siki looks for the center, defended by Kami. Second win from Jules, keeping it on this side of the map. Bounces up once more. Here's Deka from the high ground, forcing the defense out of Zen. Good job by the Chiefs to not let any more in.
They need to be really careful here. They don't overcommit. They maybe smell something, that infield pass.
Oh, just off the backboard. The second attempt from Jules, not enough. He bounces it back up to center, but it's a reset. Once more looking for the play, but constant attacking pressure from out of order.
The one thing Chiefs have for them is they're playing calm under pressure, and there is tons of pressure coming out now from out of order.
Torsos sends it flying to the opposite side of the pitch. It's going to go high here as Siki will take it off the boost. Zen for the intercept, misses it. Going to ride the wall. Siki looking for that set play. Out of order, playing with a little more confidence now.
It's really important here that they don't throw out the baby with the basketball. They've been playing really well. They just need to find that final touch here. There's an open net.
Oh, and it's going to be the Chiefs. Torsos taps it in. Easy finish to that game.
And a big demo out of nowhere from Kami. He took out Jules, his old teammate. The old rivalry comes back, and they held on just in this game.
Man, oh man, that sets up the rest of this series really well. I did not see out of order fighting back so hard when their backs are against the wall. You got to remember, they started this period of play a goal down. They went down another goal as well, so they really had to claw it back.
Yeah, there's a 4-3 and an overtime. I think that really is a good omen for the rest of the series. It's the best of 7. I really don't think we're going to be in for a shutout series right now. Out of order definitely stepped up to the plate. The nerves that we saw from last week, it looks like they're not going to be a factor.
It's chalk and cheese from last week, and I think out of order really going to chalk up last week to just being not in the game. Now they're putting it up to Chiefs. They know that they can take them down. They're confident, and they have to just execute the best they can.
Yeah, we saw even then, just in that earlier period of the game, it was a lagger. It was a little bit of history repeating, and for out of order, it was really important that they tried to reset themselves mentally. They managed to do so. The confidence that they can take from that in this best of 7 is huge.
They kind of took the lead. They had 3 goals in this 4 minutes of play. Obviously, right now, Chiefs are getting off the bat really fast. That's scary when you are up against a team that's not warmed up. But out of order have everything to play for.
Yeah, they do. Down 1 game, but it's a long series ahead right now. However, Torso's looking to start it off right. Takes a drive in, not going to result in a goal here, and it does get turned around. The counterattack is here for Siki. He's not going to get an opportunity, though. Chiefs still playing well around these angles. Siki bounces it back up to the center, looking for Jules. It's intercepted by Zen.
Be careful here, though, because there's certainly some moments they could be at risk. Chiefs have to do some defending of their own. Kami's been solid, but what can he start?
That's the question here. It seems like he's kind of doing it on his own. There's a couple of Chiefs at his back, however. Still, the ball control not exactly as much as Chiefs want here. A big challenge. Kami there for the defense on the net. He's going to turn it back around, and there's the counterattack. We just see the shuffling of possession once again, like we saw in the start of last game. No score so far in this first minute. Siki takes it, rides it around. A little bit of a tour around the pitch.
Something that Order were able to do against Icon was get the passes, and you're not seeing it. They end up losing the opportunity to get out of defense, and it's Zen off the wall over to Kami, just up nice and fast, and Jules, he just did not flip right.
It was a beautiful tap, though, at the end. Unfortunately for Jules, he wasn't right in the right position, so it starts off 1-0 to Chiefs, and we have kickoff again. This time the tap is going to go in out of order's position, but Chiefs are right back at it.
Be careful, though, as we said. The amount of times Chiefs could just turn it on, look for that second goal quite quickly. That could be real danger for out of order.
Yeah, here's Torsos forcing this one on the high, looking for Kami to pick it back up. He's just going to let this reset here. Bobbles it, bounces it. Jules is actually tilted it back towards his own side. And there's Torsos looking for the center ball. Siki's going to go high to try and defend this one off the ceiling.
Really feels that Torsos has just picked up the aggression. He's turning on everything. And even though he's very good at this, he might be throwing off his teammates just a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful. If you're a little bit faster than the rest of your team, you can't always expect them to be in the same place all the time. And there's Siki with the defense. It's played a lot off the ceiling here. Kami's going to go ahead and pick it up for the Chiefs, but it's intercepted immediately by Deka.
Be careful, though, because out of order. They're looking to center that ball. Their infield pass has been great.
And it's an empty net, though, as Kami takes the counterattack.
And
2-0.
Kami stayed ahead of the ball the entire time as well, all the way up there. He saw the opportunity, and they quickly fired 1 and 2.
Yeah, he would have just sat there and watched all 3 of out of order commit to that play. And as soon as that ball cleared, he knew what to do.
Oh boy, 2-0 up. Familiar territory though for Out of Order. Can they turn this one around with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to play? Kami and the Chiefs control the ball. However, it's getting dangerously close to their own net here. A second attempt, but it's defended, this time by Torsos. Jules is here for the counter. Once more.
Some good defense from Chiefs as well. They're just relaxing, letting the time tick by. They're not rushing themselves or panicking, and that's been the big difference for the two sides in defense. This is an open net, though.
Yeah, Deca looks to send it forward, and oh, just the wrong angle there. Not able to counterattack, not able to follow through, excuse me, as they try to bounce it in once again. This is such a tantalizing ball that's so close to the net, but it keeps bouncing forward. And it's another save for the Chiefs.
This is the problem as well. We've seen so many little mistakes coming out from Jules that have caused mistakes that have cost them goals, and that only compounds as he's going to get more and more in his head.
Not only that, the opportunities are going to start to dry up as well. So really important that they take those opportunities whilst they're afforded.
Another missed opportunity. This time it's Siki and Order. They feel like they have so much going for them, but they can't finish it. This is week one all over again.
It's all about that follow through, and right now Out of Order just don't have it. They overcommitted last time around, but now it feels like they're undercommitting, and they're in danger of getting scored on yet again.
This is the kind of thing that can happen against the Chiefs. They put you on the back foot so much, they get you into a situation where you're struggling for every single goal, and then that only makes it harder because the pressure's really on.
Yeah, almost that pressure is internal too, so good chance here if they can find that second touch, but not to be.
They need to be able to get those set plays in the right place at the right time. 1 minute 15 to make up 2 goals, forcing overtime. It was such a close game one, a long one, when a minute and a half into OT. But this one's not looking like that at the moment. Deca goes high for the ball. Siki's trying to challenge for it, but he actually gets knocked to the side by Zen. It's going to force Jules to actually go up to the front, and now Out of Order have to play 3 men in the front.
Be careful here though. Again, you can see that they did not commit numbers to that attack. They were cautious. They didn't want to have a repeat of that overcommittal before.
There's Siki, sends this high. That's going to be the opportunity, but Kami once again defends it. Chiefs are making this look way too easy.
But they're only just holding on. They're making it look easy because they're scrambling well, but there's plenty of opportunities still for Out of Order, and they've got 30 seconds with still the potential to tie it up.
Yeah, Torsos with the intercept there. They need to knock this one in. It goes so close off the backboard. The second attempt, Siki finally manages to knock it in. 23 seconds to equalize.
You can see how flat-footed they really put Chiefs on. Zen just had to dive because Kami was dead, and Torsos could not make the right prediction.
I say it again, just for those of you at home, 2-0 is a dangerous lead. It leaves momentum wide open here for Out of Order to capitalize.
Well, they'll try it once more. Deca taking the touch. 20 seconds to play. They need to make something happen quick. Out of Order. Team that plays on momentum. You got to be careful, though. That can be turned on you by a team like Chiefs. You can see the ball bouncing back and forth across midfield. 10 seconds now. Torsos takes a shot with it. It's passed back to Jules. Chiefs have this control. It's going to have to be a bobble. 3 seconds, 2 seconds now, and it's going to hit the floor.
Dear oh dear, anticlimactic there in the end, but I mean, for a long period in that game, Out of Order were out of sorts. They did not look like the team that we saw in match number 1. Unfortunately for them, it felt like their heads were down for a long period of that game.
It was so close as well because Jules had the opportunity. He let one goal in when he couldn't aerial up to that. He missed another opportunity. In most games, that happens. You know, you miss an opportunity, you make a mistake, but when it costs you a goal and it's a close series, that really haunts you.
It really does, and I think hopefully, well, at least from their perspective, they don't go into game number 3 with their heads down because they gave themselves a great account in game number 1.
Yep.
Game number 2, they left it late. But
It was a good account, realistically. The opportunities they made were there. They just couldn't finish them off.
The scoreboard doesn't reflect how close these 2 games
Yeah.
have certainly been right now. And obviously, it feels bad if you're Out of Order because you want to be able to walk away with one of those being a win. But it's just been a slight outclassing by the Chiefs. It's not been an absolute dominant stomp so far. That game, they lost out on 2 goals pretty early and spent most of the time on the back foot. I want to see what happens if they can keep their defense a little bit better, not let Chiefs get in early and play with a little more momentum.
Just clean it up, and we want to see more from Deca too. He was so instrumental in that icon defeat, in then taking down one of the top 2. And if he can step up and find some more passes and have that confidence, they can take down the Chiefs, but they've already given up 2 games.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really is back to the wall stuff. I mean, fortunately for them, they can afford themselves one more match before it really does become
I mean,
serious
you don't
point.
want to be in the reverse sweep spot.
No, you don't want
exactly.
to. But we have kickoff. Looks like we're going to get underway here.
Look, the Chiefs aren't to be the ones that make mistakes here and let order back in.
Now, Chiefs, 3-time defending champions of the Gauntlet right now, looking to make it 4, and they're certainly showing why they are one of the strongest, if not the strongest team in Oceania at the moment, and have been for some time.
Kami and Torsos working together really well as well there. Really playing close to each other, but understanding each other's touch. And they have been together for about 9 months now, so that is the time where they start to meld together.
Chiefs taking the forward shot here, and it's going to be a tap in from Zen on the aerial.
That is bread and
Oh, boy.
butter stuff. Bread and butter stuff for Zen.
Such a
Every
smart
other way.
touch from Kami too.
And he's happy to share the wealth, right? I mean, Kami was the one who was scoring the goals last game, but he gives it over. It was a nice setup to just bounce it back up, and we're in familiar territory for the Chiefs, already in the lead.
It feels a lot like last week. Zen with his 2.25 goals a game, just finding the power every single time, and he gets the angle as well.
That's still in Chiefs court right now as they try to bounce this back. Jules is there for the defense, but they're forced out of order to play off to their own side, play into the defense. Still down a goal here, and you're absolutely right. You don't want to get into a reverse sweep situation. Momentum is going to be huge in favor of Chiefs if that happens. 4 minutes, though, to still play this game.
The scary thing is, I feel like if Chiefs minimize some of their mistakes, they can lock this down even further.
Yeah, it really seems that this is the spot where they struggle the most in front of net. But out of order, even though they're trying to play this pressure game, they're not able to hold them there and really force the mistakes out.
It just feels like they're not beating Chiefs to the ball as much as they should be. I don't know if this is because they're not picking up the boost, if they're just not getting the right connections, but something is not happening right because Chiefs are picking them apart more often than
It
not.
comes down to those little mistakes once again.
All right, 3 minutes 30 left to play. This is the attacking motion right now. 4 out of order, looking for it. Still defended by Kami. As out of order, try to get the center on. They just need a set piece. They need to take a shot on goal. They haven't been given one, though.
To give themselves some breathing room, though, I think, out of order here because they're being suffocated by the Chiefs. This attack is good from them, though.
This is the chance. Torsos, though, stops that ball dead in the water. Kami is going to be able to take it through, and there's the demo onto Jules. Here's the reset. Chiefs can send this one wide as Torsos puts it back to midfield. Zen puts it into the corner. And Jules is going to be there, but it's actually Siki that takes it on the defense. Kami still blocks the ball, bops it up into the air, and there just is no chance for out of order to get the play on the goal.
They really respected Torsos there too. He was up for the double. He was trying to waste time as his teammate was demoed, and they just stayed away. They didn't challenge him in the air.
Deco's going to send this one up to the high. Torsos defending once more. Rides that wall for a little bit. Torsos is actually going to find nearly an open net, but Jules runs straight into him. Zen is there to push this back up again, and he's just going to ride this as much as he can. Chiefs have full control despite being only 1 goal up.
Zen could have done that. He's got the freestyle mechanics. Couldn't get the little flick off either.
Yeah, that good reset, that little flick as well. But
Here's the chance. Off the backboard. Oh, that was close.
Counterattack though.
Yeah, this is going to be open net right now. Kami looking for it. Jules zooms in at the last moment for the defense. Good mobility out of order.
It's a big pass. It was a really smart pass, but it just wasn't placed perfectly.
Here's Deca once again. It just keeps bouncing back and forth. But you see this so many times. Chiefs just running collision in to reset the ball at midfield every single attack.
out of order haven't looked dangerous here as well. They haven't been getting those infield passes that were netting them results earlier on. They need to get that going again.
We're really seeing the pace pick up. We're seeing touch after touch from both teams, and we're not seeing the misses. So this is where we're starting to see the best Rocket League possible.
All right, Jules got a full bank of boost right now, and he's going to use it to try and get in there to get this ball to midfield. Zen goes up to tap it back in. The ball just keeps staying in the air constantly. Deca's going to push this one over to Siki, trying for it, gets it into the angle. It's 1-1.
That's a big play in the midfield, the 1-2. They recognize that they have drained all the boost from Zen, and Siki is there and waiting.
And this is reminiscent of what we saw from them earlier on in the night. Hopefully they've found their mojo. They're going to need to find it a few more times.
That was a great corner ball, though. So 1-1, all tied up. This is the chance for Out of Order to really take it to Chiefs Esports Club right here, right now. Starting things off, Siki sends this one in. He'll pick up a full bank of boost once more. Jules can't quite get that connection as Kami leads it back forward. This is the last thing that Out of Order needs, is another score by Chiefs. So far, they've kept him down to 1 this game. Better defense than we've seen so far tonight. Looking for the touch. Bounces back, Kami, the defense. Jules going in for round 2, but it's actually picked up by Siki. Looking for the center, no one there.
It seems the demos are the name of the game. They're really opening up the net against Chiefs by just putting them in difficult situations with that demo.
It's not the demo, it's the bump. They're going in for something. They want to knock Chiefs off their game.
And you can see, challenging every single time. This is Out of Order picking up a little bit more drive, a little bit more momentum. Siki sends this one, unfortunately, right into Kami's arms. They still need a big clear as Torsos tries to center the ball. It's knocked away into the corner. Third win by Zen. Siki, dangerous clear, but he does get it away. 30 seconds to play.
Solid rotations, though, by the Chiefs. They're keeping the ball in this order half, and it's only a good clear from Jules that'll release that pressure.
Oh, there's a demo on to Zen. This might be a chance here as Siki sends it up into the center, but Torsos is playing netball right now.
Torsos doesn't make any mistakes with those. He's been experienced time and time again in having to defend that net. Makes no mistake. All
right, we're down to 10 seconds. Deca trying to challenge for it once more. If they could sneak in a score at the last second, that'd be a big one for them, but it looks like we are going into overtime. The ball will hit the ground in just a second. Still one more attempt. Chiefs gonna let this one go.
Another overtime, and you have to say this favors the Chiefs, the more experienced team, the more experienced roster overall, but...
Oh, Torsos!
Just as we say it, the inexperience comes through. No one challenging the ball, everyone getting back. This last member.
Oh, it was a perfect storm here, and Chiefs. Oh, you hate to see that if you are Out of Order because you had a real chance to pick a game up.
Yeah, they keep getting so close.
I was going to comment on how fast and furious that pace was at the last 2 minutes or so of the game. They really kept it up, but it felt as though just during that overtime reset, unfortunately, Out of Order weren't on the ball.
You only have 3 seconds in that time for the kickoff to start where you get to think, okay, what are we going to do? And then all of a sudden you're off. And Chiefs, they just really power drove it through. They followed each other. They were really close. It was scary because if they committed fully and they missed, it could have been a goal against them.
If you're a 2-0 team up, I feel like you can afford to drop one game there and it's not going to hurt your chances as much. It's still a dangerous gamble to make. But at the end of the day, Chiefs go for gold. They get it, and they're now on match point 3-0 against Out of Order.
Can they win 4 gauntlets in a row? Can they just absolutely crush the OC scene over and over again? Well, it looks like it because 3-0 in the lead. I can't imagine a thing scarier than a confident Chiefs.
Well, they certainly look confident right now. They've earned it.
Oh, yeah. And I think there's been a few moments there where Out of Order got themselves into the game off the back of some Chiefs mistakes. They've tightened that up and they're looking scared.
All right, this could be the final game of the night here unless Out of Order can really start to put it back in their favor. Zen rides that back wall pretty high at the moment as Kami looking to set this one up. It's just Chiefs really playing with their food right here. Zen, they're always threatening, always dangerous. There's never a moment where you think you can sleep on the Chiefs.
Definitely don't want to be sleeping on the Chiefs, let me tell you that. It was just that very case that Out of Order were caught napping in the overtime. And here again, it seems like no one wants to get rid of that ball.
Yeah. Well, they'd have to press the snooze button about 4 times now. They have to make the full reverse sweep against the Chiefs roster. Again, it's a feat that no one in OCE history has ever achieved.
Chiefs still leading this one in. You can see it. They want that 4th Gauntlet championship. This has been their tournament, and that's going in. Zen, after so many shots on goal, you had to think it was happening eventually. 1-0 up for the Chiefs here.
And the rotations out are so good. They just follow each other up. They're not overcommitting. They're just making sure they can hit the ball next.
On the flip side of things, it wasn't great for Out of Order. They left Zen there with so much real estate, he could have done whatever he wanted.
Well, eventually, when you just keep throwing punches left and right, you're going to have to lower your guard sooner or later, and that's exactly what happened for Out of Order. As Chiefs march that one in, it looked like another attempt here. Zen pushing it forward. This time, Siki is there. Kami, once more. They just keep chucking these attacks out over and over again. Zen once more. Torsos, it's a 2-0.
Oh, they failed to clean that up, and Torsos is the benefactor. He took out the mob and simply said thank you.
And they are cleaning up so hard. They have just swept the entire tournament so far. They are 2-0 up. They could just take this 4-0 at this point.
Yeah, we got less than 4 minutes to play right now, but Out of Order are absolutely looking out of sorts. And in a few moments, they're going to be out of options. Kami, once again, taking it. They're just so fast to this ball. Bounces off the backboard. Fortunately for Out of Order, no one's there to defend, which means there's a counterattack possible for the first time this game. Here's Siki. He does send it in. That's the weakness of the Chiefs. 3 members in front is you can get those open nets.
And finally, our sign of confidence from Deku. He gets up and beats out Zen. Gets the pass at the same time. Good to see pace and precision.
And I know there's a lot of ambient noise here in Sydney City, but I don't hear a fat lady singing just yet.
All right, it's still manageable. There's still that chance. Reverse sweep in the cards for Out of Order if they can make it happen, but they need to win this game here. Still down 1 goal. Let's see if they can pick up the pace a little bit. That's what gave them that goal. the counterattack, the momentum. But it's Kami looking to send this in again.
We have to remember that we just saw Out of Order 3-0 Icon. They are not a team to be sleeping on, but the Chiefs just feel like they're doing so much to try and shut them down. If Icon can't do it, then maybe Out of Order can bring this back.
Well, the boots off the neck at the moment. It looked like they were going to be able to close this one out, but Out of Order have answered back. Can they do it again? Jules passing over, looking for Siki. Can't quite make that connection, so it opens up Kami, back to Jules, into the mid. Torsos takes this one, but Deca staying on the defense. A close one, but he does pass it back to Siki.
Those infield passes can be really dangerous if they go to the right person. But if they go to your opposition, they can spell disaster.
Yeah, but this time it's going to be the counterattack following through for Out of Order. They don't quite have the same punch, the same pizzazz as the Chiefs do, but they still are making it happen. It does go back against them. Kami challenges Deca for the ball, loses it out, but it does go back to Torsos. This is a dangerous position to play off the backboard. No one's there for the intercept, and it's going to be going back to midfield. Zen again, challenged by Siki. It's going to be bounced. No one there to make the connection. Deca's going up for it.
There's so much work right there. They put Chiefs on the back foot and then didn't quite get the touch to set up the pass, but there's still plenty of opportunity for Out of Order.
Even then, it was infield pass, it was an opportunity, and no one was on the end.
All right, Siki's going to try to take this one through. He actually makes it all the way past the defender. Zen, though, is right at his back, and they're going to be forced to challenge for the ball as it goes back up into the corner. Jules keeps this one high, looks to pick up some boost, intercepted by Torsos. Here's Siki, and that's a demo, but it's going in! 2-2.
That's a big play and a huge demo that comes out all the way across and getting the shot on. That is a clever touch because he didn't look like he jumped the best way.
Yeah, Jules just clean-up crew in the goal there, making sure the path was clear for his teammate. And tell you what, this is going to be another Grand Slam finish here. The question is, are we going to see more games in this series?
That's good for Jules too, because he's been the one that sort of struggled a little bit with his aerials and maybe his confidence in this game. So to see him go for that demo and open up the net is big. This is an attack on, though.
Speaking of the open net, it looks like it's almost gone in, but a fortuitous bounce keeps Out of Order.
That's a massive save from Deca right off the roof. You do not get better than that.
And they're playing great defense, but it's a scramble defense right now. Siki forced to go back once again. Torsos with the intercept finds himself a nearly open net as Jules is going to ride this one to try to get the defense. He misses it. Zen goes in. This time it's Deca. Oh, this is such a tense minute and a half that we're going to have to play here.
Chiefs really pulling up the pressure, really piling the shots on, and Out of Order, they are picking it up to match.
They certainly are.
Both teams are flying by the seam of their pants right now. This is tense Rocket League. Hopefully none of them make a mistake that costs them something.
1 minute left. Who can get the next goal? It could just be silver goal territory.
All right, Kami beating out the mind games there as Siki takes the ball again, looking to pass it back to Deca. It's so hard in Chiefs territory to make it happen, make the play, but if they can do it, send themselves into a game 5 right here. Let's see if Out of Order can pick this one back up. They can't afford to concede a goal. That would be the end of the tournament.
Deca again winning the race and over the top of Zen, who's been really confident with his aerials today.
Everyone's playing to the front right now. If you're Out of Order, that's dangerous, but they can't afford to leave anything out on the table here. Torsos with the counterattack pushes it back, but again, it's Deca who sends this past midfield.
Both these two teams need to tighten their belt now. No mistakes can be made. This is about as tense as we'll get.
All right, here's Deca, but it's Torsos on the challenge, looking to march this one in. Stop just short. However, it's Zen going forward. This time the counterattack saved there. Looks like we're going to OT. 5 seconds to play. One last chance if you are Out of Order. If they can keep this one in play. Siki sends it high. Here's Deca, still in the air, bounces off the ceiling, and they're gonna let it go to OT.
Order stopping them from getting the chances in the first place. They're putting the pressure on, challenging as much as they can.
Is this going in again? Kami sends it. It's so close. And Torsos, that was nearly a repeat of the last game.
Almost the overtime goal, and it was almost a kick-off. Kami just 50ing it past, but it is not on target.
Oh, don't fall asleep now.
Oh boy, yeah, you can't afford to stumble at the final hurdle. Here's another attempt by Kami as he gets the center up, but this time the scramble defense has been playing great from Out of Order as they send this one back past midfield. If they can just claim a game, deny the sweep here from Chiefs, Out of Order can find the confidence back into this series. Jules, he had an open net for just a second, but not the momentum to take it. Torsos turns it back for the defense, sends this one wide, but it's going to be Deca that turns it back around again. It's just a bobble.
Oh dear. Oh dear, can they get that ball into the right areas? The question is, that infield passing has been fantastic for Out of Order. I haven't seen it for a little while.
And the Chiefs, they're not feeling as confident as well. You can often see two people moving back, not wanting to take the risk, when before they were willing to even overcommit. They are 3 games ahead, but an overtime is an overtime no matter what.
Certainly is. Territory is tough. 1 goal puts it in. Siki trying to carefully march this one. Jules will actually just boot it away. It's picked up by Zen at midfield. Deka and Siki playing the defense. You can see the scramble coming out once again of Out of Order. They always are on the move because they've been burned way too many times. Here's Torsos. Tries to put it up. Oh, it's close. Passes right in front of the net, but there's Deka once more. Back to midfield it goes.
Do not give Torsos that kind of space. He will make you pay.
And he's going for it again. This time it goes a little bit to the left, picked up by Siki. 3 members on the defense. They're not creating as many chances on Out of Order, but here's the counterattack. Jules looks to send it in. Great defense by Torsos.
Of course, they are staying back. They're not challenging it. They're wanting to just save and keep themselves in this game. And we might see ourselves a long overtime because of that.
It's already 2 minutes into OT here. And remember, if Chiefs put this away, that's it. That's the end of the tournament. 4-0. The sweep comes through. And it's so close to going in again. This time it bounces off that crossbar. Another demo comes through. Torsos taking out Siki, but it's still attack mode for Out of Order.
They opened up the net. They demoed. They took out the 3rd player. Torsos was not there, but then you see all of Out of Order move back. Everyone feels so nervous right now.
Playing so confidently too. You can see the change in momentum, the change in shift, the change in attitude on that OT. They need to get themselves back to where they were before.
There's the high ball. It's going to go off the backboard. Torsos intercepting. Jules looking to center this in for the team. Siki just wasn't there in time. Deka is going to have to recenter it, but Chiefs playing good defense on their own.
But they're struggling. They're not reading the play quite as well, and they have to go up for these big reads in defense.
Oh man, we're almost 3 minutes into the OT situation. However, Out of Order still finding a couple of plays. The set piece is just not quite connecting on, and it's Zen going for the attack from downtown.
That was a big save from Siki too.
Yeah, it needed to be. I think they gave him too much space in previous iterations. They need to make sure that they're on the ball.
This is nervous Rocket League from both teams, absolutely. Siki not even to go up for that boost. It's Torsos that challenges, picks up the ball, sent back past midfield by Jules, centered again. This is the chance. Deka doesn't go for it. He's a little low on boost, picks it up at the end, but Zen's going to take the ball in kind.
And a lot more shots coming out. That is exactly what you can expect. People don't want to go for the risky pass where you could get intercepted. Instead, just put it on the net as best as possible.
Here's Jules, one more attack attempt. It's intercepted by Zen here. That means Siki's going to have to go up, put it into the corner. Unfortunately, no one from Out of Order's there to really try and take it as Zen and Kami take the defense on the opposite side.
Goes deeper into OT. The question I'm going to ask is it going to be an individual play that really separates?
Yeah, who breaks here? That's the question. Siki sends it up a little high off the crossbar. Second wind, and Jules puts it away. Order are still in this.
And such a smart pass. 1, 2, 1 again. And Jules comes in. It only takes 2 members. They really quickly counterattacked and threw Chiefs in the spanner.
Oh, dear me. Tell you what, that felt like another entire game because it nearly was.
Yeah.
It was nearly 4 minutes of OT there. And I think that is a huge confidence boost for Out of Order. They've been able to take a game off the Chiefs in OT.
They deny the sweep, and the important thing is they finally get a game on the board. And it really should have been more than that, looking at the way they played. Apart from game 3, well, actually, no, all the games, they've been really close.
It's been a crazy turnaround. Siki's really stepping up here. But most importantly, we saw a little bit more out of Jules that game. He was struggling a little bit. He wasn't getting the aerials that he wanted. But as soon as he was part of the play, boy, did they pop off.
And I think it really speaks to both these two teams. Even at the end there, they were making mistakes, but neither were punishing one another. So I think it was a little bit more tense out on the field than it was for us here.
Oh, yeah, a lot of 3 men running back to their net when they had the chance to potentially keep up the attack.
Yeah, they were just really attacking in formation constantly, or defending in formation, as it were. And that overtime was, I think, really characteristic of two teams that just do not want to give it up at the end. Out of Order, heroic plays out of them to keep the series alive. It's now 3-1. As you said, they would have to reverse sweep. It all starts now. Can Out of Order do it? Can they topple the Chiefs?
It would be the biggest moment in OCE history, at least in terms of community level events, because this is a massive, monumental effort to try and turn the series on its head.
Game 5 underway.
I was going to say, beating the Chiefs, that's been done a few times now, hasn't it?
But not in a reverse sweep.
And definitely not in the Gauntlet, that's for sure. Chiefs have owned this tournament from the beginning.
They are 4-0. Whether it's a best of 7 or a best of 5, they are always on top.
All right, into this game. So far, it's been a couple of passbacks. Once again, Chiefs don't seem too phased by what's happened in the last game. Taking the defensive tack. Siki looking to try and set up a play here, but it is denied by Kami. Out of Order are playing better defense. It's still scramble, but they're moving fast.
And they're finding each other right there. Siki to Deca. Siki's even going for the bump, just so aggressive.
Here's the high from Jules. Looks to send it in, but great defense by Chiefs. Denies it again. Deca's going to take the slow tack. Look for the set play. Tries to get it up there, but Torsos, he's tracking this ball. He doesn't actually have to take it, though, because his teammates are on it.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Out of Order. They've really come of, I guess, age in this last match. They've got themselves a win on the board. They're really playing confident here. That's the result.
Boom! Perfect. And you can see it flying just over the head of Torsos. Deca has the right position, and he sends it in. Out of Order have the lead for the first time in a series.
They've really figured out their game plan. You saw this goal was set up by the previous attempts where they go for the demo, they put people on edge, and right there, Torsos, you couldn't have been more on edge with that short clear into mid.
All right, Torsos going to take this ball. He's going to try to send this one a little bit close, and it's denied. Really solid save by Jules, and Out of Order. They really have leveled up in the last couple of minutes.
That was so hard to save. Coming off the roof, getting that flip reset, you don't know when he's going to take the shot, so to read it perfectly is actually amazing.
The level of unpredictability there is insane. Careful here that they don't concede the Chiefs. They need to clear their lines.
Yep, ball's been played on their side so far. There's the counterattack, though, out of Torso. Sends it a little bit high off the backboard. It means Jules can take it, bobble it back into position. Still, nobody really maintaining enough possession to take a solid shot since that first one off the crossbar, Zen. And you could see it was a second attempt by Kami, but Chiefs are just not finding the right angles just yet. Zen goes in for round number 3, defended by Siki from the ground.
That's so impressive for Out of Order to hold on, because not only did they make that big save with the pre-jump, they're jumping across the net and predicting the play, they kept it up despite the pressure, despite the future shots that came.
Torso still tracking this one, puts it into the corner. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to play, and Out of Order have the lead, playing with it. It's slim, but it's more than they've had all tournament long. They've been having to fight back from deficits so far. Siki takes this one, pushes it back into Chiefs territory. Nobody there to follow up, so it'll be Kami into Torsos. Deca for the defense, sends it high.
Deca, he's been a real live wire for them. He's been really confident in that last match. That was a real difference maker for Out of Order. He needs that confidence back again. These two teams are really trying to fight it out in that midfield.
Speaking
good stop, it's Zen!
That's a big play from Zen. He just challenges everyone. He doesn't matter what is going on in the defense, and he trusts Kami to get that bump.
He really did. What a great setup there. 1-1 now for the Chiefs, and we'll see how Out of Order can respond.
And that trust has been restored. You saw earlier on in that overtime, they weren't backing each other to make some of those moves. They weren't backing each other to make those rotations. That has returned now. Confidence is restored.
They're still on match point. They still have so much opportunity, and that's what can give them all this confidence. But if it gets to overtime, that's maybe where Out of Order can take them.
Now still a little time to play before that happens as another set goes just up there. 2 minutes left to go in the regulation. Deca sending it forward. Not fast enough, though. Kami and Torsos there for the defense. Boost picked up by Kami as he'll send this one through the wall. Still riding that one. Jules for the defense. Deca's there. Second win. Zen gets another.
But Kami all the way up the pitch. Look at him drive this. He had so much boost. He thought he was going to get challenged, but that is a pinch and a half. And Zen, the fact that he's waiting there for it and ready, that's insane.
Oh, it's a nice side bump, too, to just knock it all the way in. 2-1 now, Chiefs. Which means that Out of Order is going to have to find another goal to keep their tournament alive once more.
As a striker, that's exactly what you want, though. As someone who just has to tap it into the back post, that's a dream.
1 minute, 28. Out of Order have the ball on their own side of the field. Kami sends it back towards them. They have to play defense here. They can't afford to concede another. Torsos always sniffing for those. If he finds the hole, he'll go ahead and send it through. Deca riding this one high. He needs to set it up for his teammates. Goes over the head of Kami, and it's an open net, 2-2.
That's a big play as well. The first touch is what they really played for in this flick, but he gets a second, a fortunate one maybe, off the boot of the car, and that sends it over the top of the defense.
And that is Deca in all his confidence he's built over the last 2 weeks now, and he's come out and said, hey, Torsos, I can match you as well.
Out of Order having some great individual plays there. It was a nice self-setup. 2-2 now is the scoreline with a minute left to play. Momentum is shifted either side, back and forth. Still match point for Chiefs, but out of order have already shown they can take it in OT. Dangerous position there, though, as Zen passes it, wafts it right in front of the goal. Jules picks this one up, puts it into the corner, defended by Kami. Over to Torsos. And it's back to Zen again. Playing good defense, though, is out of order.
You really saw the play set itself up for Chiefs, but it
Oh!
does not matter. This could go in. Torsos just holding it out. Jules hits the crossbar once again.
How
That was so
lethal,
close.
how lethal are they looking for those infield passes? They're looking so good when they get to going.
They intercept one play, and they're ready to pass at the same time as intercepting.
And out of order using great boost here for the defense. They'll send it back into the middle. Kami's going to have to scramble to get there in a position. He finds it on full boost. 13 seconds now. Chiefs
Overtime.
threatening.
Number 4 on its way.
Oh, if they can't put it away, though, Torsos did try to find an angle off the corner. It bounces the backboard again. 4 seconds left to play. Chiefs had a chance. I don't think it's going to happen anymore, and it looks like this is going to be another OT.
You're kidding me. Number 4, they keep going to these overtimes. Chiefs have taken 2. It's now Order's chance to take their second.
It was such a long one, too, in that last game. It's got to be mentally taxing for both teams.
I want to know who wrote the script. This is great.
Kami taking the ball. Goes over to Deka. Nobody's letting up on the momentum. Chiefs, of course, they've been able to swing it fast in overtime. That's a long one, but it's going to be Zen who's able to intercept once again. Take the ball himself. No, it's going to be stopped by Deka. Back to Kami once more. Momentum arrested for just a second as Deka goes up for the center ball, and it's going in. Jules with another.
You saw that from the start. Out of order put them completely off guard, and it was such a difficult save for Torsos to make. Jules beats him out, just speeds him off.
The really important thing for me is how clinical out of order were in this OT. It only took them 30 seconds. Last time it was 3.5, nearly 4 minutes of gameplay before they found themselves some solid passing play. This time, far more potent, far more direct, and it got a result.
Now we're seeing a potential here. You say they're 3-0 down at the start of this, and you think, okay, they can't make a comeback. Well, now they're only 1 game behind. They only have to get 2, while Chiefs only need to get 1.
There were so many close games in those first 3, though, as well. And this is why it always felt like, even though Out of Order were down in the standings, they were not down in momentum. They picked 2 up in overtime. They picked this one up with more confidence by putting Chiefs on the back foot. You could see that they just relentlessly attacked, and they weren't afraid of Chiefs scoring on them. So this is going to be really great right now in this best of 7. It's now 3-2 in favor of the Chiefs. As you said, out of order need to do is score 1 more to put this one back in the driver's seat and make it go to a game 7. What an exciting finals this has been.
And they're setting it up too. It's going to be a little bit of a longer lead up, so the intensity rises as the teams get ready to play it out. As the Chiefs now start thinking, okay, we can't be so confident. There's a chance now.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, would you have seen this occurring at all?
Oh,
Out of
no.
order, taking games off the Chiefs.
That
in
was
the
back
final.
when they had an organization that dropped them after that, and now they are starting to look like one of, if not the top OCE team.
I don't think they'll be orgulous for too long based on how they've been playing right now. I mean, it's fantastic stuff.
I mean, you'd be dire not to. You'd think they're a potential chance now at getting to the World Championship. Despite how the rest of this series goes, they have put it to the Chiefs this entire series, and they have a chance to take them down in this game.
All right, game 6 underway here as we will get kickoff. Zen takes the first touch off the back of the bobble, and Siki's going to pick it back up immediately. Good attack from Out of Order. They're going to send that flying. Jules comes in immediately, and it's another great start for Out of Order.
Really good start. Jules just looked like he was faking it out, and that big miss from the Chiefs. We keep seeing mistakes that get punished instantly.
This is the level of Out of Order right now. They're at that level where they are starting to punish the Chiefs for mistakes consistently. Whereas before, there may have been a few mistakes here and there that they got away with just because Out of Order weren't able to punish. But we're not seeing that anymore.
Hey, just because it's Out of Order doesn't mean you have to fix it right now. Siki's going to send this one off on the back of the wall. It's going back to Jules. So far, they've been playing on the Chiefs side, utilizing the last of his boost there to try and set this one up. Siki's not able to get there in time, though. Zen and Torsos combo up. This is a lot of bounces off the wall. Heaps of aerials, but Deka's going to deny it.
That consistent Kami, not looking so consistent today. He just went up for an aerial and completely missed.
Kami does pick it back up on the ground, though, and he finds an open net right now. Unfortunately, that's not the angle they wanted. Torsos Sends it in, though, from the second wind.
And he perfectly slowed it down. He waited. He knew just how much time he had before the defense would get back, slowed it down, opened up the angle, and tied up the game.
Yeah, make no mistake with that one there. Again, just calm under pressure, and that comes with experience.
Now it's 1-1, 4 minutes 17 left to play. Still match point for Chiefs, but Out of Order can play with a lot more confidence. They've already taken 2 overtimes. They've clearly got the ability to keep it going in those mentally taxing situations. Deca gets the ball stolen away from him by Kami, picks up some boost for his trouble, though. Sends it back over. Unfortunately, Torsos is waiting in the wings. It's still a lot of attacks from Out of Order. Going to be forcing the defense here. Deca back over. Zen picks it up. Kami with the intercept. This one's going to go high. Jules knocks it back over to Deca.
Even then, just not connecting those defensive passes for now. It gives Chiefs a little bit of an opening into this, but there's another chance potentially for Out of Order. They've looked good. I think they need to be reminded, though, that if they make mistakes, should I say, Chiefs are more than capable of punishing them as well.
Even then, Chiefs keep making mistakes. You see, it saw a bump in the midfield where Zen hit Kami on his way to the shot. And before, Torso side flipped when he goes for an aerial. This is not looking like a good Chiefs game.
No, it may not be, but Chiefs are keeping up a steady stream of attacks right now, and they are getting to the ball a little bit faster than Out of Order, who a little bit starved for boost at the moment, aren't able to really get huge clears off. However, this is close. Bounces off the backboard once again. That was a crossbar. So close for Chiefs. They're just not able to put it away, but they're not letting up.
Oh, Zen did everything he could to get that goal. The dribble worked out, but hit the crossbar, and then he gets punished.
Kami there for the defense, though, so it goes from net to net, and it's bounced back again. Siki looking for the setup here. And into the center it goes. Deca was there, but Kami was there first.
That's better from Kami as well.
I'll tell you what, though, it is the post that may be the MVP of some of these matches. The amount of times we've seen it ricochet off that post in tense areas, insane.
Oh, so close, and Torso sinks it in.
You absolutely are going to see Torso score that every time, but that is incredible. He dunks the air dribble and still follows it. Manages to get the angle, the double touch. This man's on fire.
Torsos has been an absolute standout, not just this tournament, but absolutely across the history of the Gauntlet. He's been good. Today he's definitely on form, but there's an answer if I've ever seen one from Out of Order.
That's the man on the other side of the pitch that is just on form, getting this angle, getting the doink over the top, and Torsos not in the position.
And that is the swift reminder of what Out of Order are capable of.
Immediate answer back, 2-2 now. And we still have half of regulation left to play. Gentlemen, I feel like we're going to be going to another overtime the way this is going. Demo comes in there.
This keeps getting so close, and honestly, despite the mistakes, in Rocket League, it's not how you play at your best, it's whether you can win at your worst, and right now, both these teams making mistakes, but making the best of it.
I think that really just goes to show. Both of them are throwing caution into the wind at the moment. Definitely Out of Order. They're playing well above the level that everybody perceived them to be at. So they're really right now showing the stripes and matching it with Chiefs. I don't think I would have been saying that 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And they're doing it when Jules is not really on form, not doing the best he can. Against Icon, it was a clear victory because all 3 were just going as hard as they possibly can, but they're still doing well despite all odds.
And if this isn't Out of Order's final form, just wait until they level up. 1:30 left to play. They send this one back into the corner, but it's Torsos there to pick it up. And possession just keeps changing. It's a lot of high balls. Back off the backboard again. Siki, though, slows down, tries to pick it up. Actually misses, so Zen gets an opportunity. It bounces off the side, and Siki picks it up immediately.
That was so close, and these opportunities are coming because Chiefs keep getting these double touches off the backboard, really throwing a loop around Order.
Liking what I'm seeing from Out of Order too. Hopefully they do reach Ultra Instinct because that would be something phenomenal.
All right, that's going high. Looking for the setup. Demo comes out onto Jules, so this might be a little hard for the follow-through. However, Deca was there. Unfortunately, the ball bounces up, not in. Zen's there for the defense, and we're into 1-minute territory.
That's so good from Torsos too. He's left one man back, and he still manages to save it against 2 people.
Oh, a couple of saves going back and forth. There's another demo onto Torso. Zen comes out of nowhere, zooms in to try and pick it up. Kami keeping this one on the Out of Order side. And the defense not able to pick it up in time, but there's no score, no follow-up there. Torsos comes in finally after the comeback off the demo.
We're already starting to look like the overtime. It's getting tense, and people are not taking risks.
No, this is, again, just building up to a fantastic climax. Both these 2 teams really going at it at the moment. And you can definitely say they've had chances, but they're going to need to find something extra.
This is what you expect from a grand final performance. Game at number 6 here, 3-2 in favor of the Chiefs, but Out of Order are not giving an inch. That one's going close, 10 seconds now. One last attempt for Out of Order. Kami's going to stop it short. 5 off the corner. Let's see if they can make something happen. It looks like it will be conceded, so we are going once again into overtime, unless Out of Order can make some last-second magic out of this one. Still bouncing back and up, and it's going to hit the ground.
Or is it?
Not yet.
Oh no.
Jules, he did it! You kidding me? No OT, and it's gonna be a game 7.
They kept it up in front of their net. And what a punish from Jules coming out of nowhere into the net. 0 seconds to go to game 7.
That is classic OCE keep you up. I tell you what, Jules is delivered at the right moment, and we get our game 7.
What a buzzer beater right there out of Jules. Fantastic play from Out of Order. They tightened things up. They were able to go toe-to-toe on the scoring with Chiefs. And wouldn't you know it, bring out the brooms, boys. It's reverse sweep time.
And greed from Chiefs. They kept it up. Zen was the first one to keep it up. And they were in defense. He could have just let it down. Then, at the last second, Torso was like, I can do this. I can keep it up and get a goal. We can be the ones to score in 0 seconds. And he gets punished for not letting it down.
Yeah, look, I mean, that really does, to me, speak to the fact that Chiefs might actually be feeling some pressure now.
They've just lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And by the way, every single one of them has been faster. That first game they lost, it was a long overtime. Okay, no sweat. You just wipe it off and get going again. That second one, it was a 30-second OT win. And this time, Jules says, we're not doing overtime again. He puts it away at the end.
This was basically overtime, though. It was 0 seconds. They went over the 5 minutes to get the goal. And it's just so close between these two teams. Either of these games could have gone, or any of these games could have gone either way.
It's some great Rocket League. I got to admit, this has been fantastic for our grand finals.
I think, yeah, just even then, having Jules score that goal, when he's the one that, had a few question marks over him still, rest of the team are playing fantastic. He could definitely lift his performance. He delivers for his team at the right moment. That goes, leaps and bounds towards confidence for a player.
And that goes to show how important Jules is. When he pops off hard and just scores goals out of nowhere.
All right, we're in the final game, the final 5 minutes, pending any more OTs. Torsos will take this one high here, but you can already see some cracks showing in the Chiefs. Will they be able to put this away quickly? Try for a play, but it's well defended by the Out of Order boys. Here's Jules, riding this one high. The bounce is there, but Torsos is as well.
Let's be careful here, though. They let that ball bounce around too many times. We've seen Out of Order just pounce on it. They're fast on that ball, and they'll take the opportunity.
And they're getting good challenges, too. Finding good angles. This one is not so much, but it doesn't go in.
If you were Torsos, you're tearing your hair out after that one. It just bounced right in front of the net for way too long. Still 0-0.
This is getting close. We are game 7. Everything on the line. A reverse sweep potential now.
Jules looks for that slow bounce up to top it up. We just keep bobbling back and forth again. This is how all these games have gone. It's a lot of possession trades from the first touches. Still, though, dangerous territory for Out of Order. Chiefs have been so close so many times. Back over to Jules, though. He'll pick this one up off the boost. Torsos there for the intercept on the corner. Looking to make this a set play for his team. Here's Zen. So close, but it's defended again by Jules.
Just not enough power. Torsos did everything he could to set that up. He opened up the net, and that
it's
one
gotta
goes
be
the other
another!
way.
Torsos watched that all the way, but he loses it out to Jules in the end.
He's gone from savior to striker there. He's literally taken it from one end to the other, and they've let him have the territory to do it.
And Torsos stayed close to the ball. He should have challenged. That is the difference that the pressure makes. He's an experienced player, and he didn't get that pressure off his teammates. 1-0 now, Out of Order in the lead.
And if Out of Order do this, I'm nominating Jules for MVP, because in this series, he has stepped up in such a big way when there were so many question marks on him from previous weeks. Siki now takes the ball, taps it down from on high. It's going to get turned around. Zen is there, but Deca can defend.
Oh, Deca. Tell you what, it is definitely a case of Jules stepping up at the right moment. Siki's probably been a little bit quiet compared to what we've seen in earlier series and earlier matches in this particular series, but the rest of the team is starting to step up now.
Chiefs still attacking, still threatening, but you can see more control out of Order, where it was a little wild in the beginning of the series. They've now started to slow down, not just recklessly using their boost to boot it away to clear it. Nah, they're just able to get this into a good position. Trying to push this one in, Deca into the top right.
really challenging the confused defense as well. Torsos lets that over the top. Siki gets it over the top of the other. 2-0 out of order. They're so close now.
And unfortunately, with that touch from Torso, Sed's completely backed out what he was trying to do. So from their perspective, again, there's certainly some frustration definitely brewing on the Chiefs side.
And the frustration is what could lead them to lose out after being 3-0 up in this series. It's hard to come back.
And after winning 3 gauntlets, every appearance they've made has resulted in a first-place finish, but this might be where the streak ends, and Out of Order are looking to put a cap on it. From down 0-3, looking to complete the reverse sweep. 2 minutes to play, 2 goals up. Out of Order are flying high, but can they keep on it?
This looks like a good opportunity. Siki doesn't finish it off.
Just falls a little short there. Deca's going to be able to pick it back up. They just need to keep this one in their possession for 2 more minutes. That's all they have to do, and they'll be raising the trophy.
What I'm really liking from Out of Order is the aggression. Fast, furious, they're going for the demos, they're trying to get Chiefs off their game when they're already frustrated.
That's how you play it there. Deca with a big old boot back over to Chiefs side. The ball has been staying on the blue for the time being. Jules gonna reset this one slowly, rides it off the wall. Looks for the setup, Zen's there for the defense. He puts a wrench in his plans, but only for a moment. Another threat here from Out of Order, forcing another save by Torsos.
It was a really tough one too. He was caught backwards because the challenge came through perfectly, and now Out of Order keep doing that. They challenge well, they get the right angle, and they're not ever getting dunked.
Chiefs look cowed right now. Jules sends this one up high. Is going to be picked up by Siki. Back to midfield it goes. Not using all their boost, but they're still beating Chiefs to the punch.
The longer they can keep that ball hold up in Chiefs half, the better that bodes for them, because that just winds down the clock. It just numbers the amount of opportunities Chiefs are going to get.
Yeah, 1 minute and 5 left to play here. And that's going to be it, unless Chiefs can score 2 goals and get that OT once more. Game 7, this has been an absolute massive comeback scenario. Out of Order getting some revenge from last week when they ran the gauntlet only to be stopped short by Chiefs. Siki getting the defense. There's Zen, sends it in! And now we're in equalizer territory. 45 seconds, boys.
Oh my goodness, do we have ourselves a series? Are we going to see a Game 7 overtime? 45 seconds, and they're making plays like that. They're bringing this back.
It's looking that way. That overtime, I think that's looming large.
Oh boy, can Chiefs do it? Can they pull a little bit more out of their back pockets? Looking, fighting for every inch of that ball. The touch is theirs. Siki goes in, gets the defense though, sends it back to midfield. Out of Order don't need to score. All they have to do is keep the ball on their side. Siki gonna challenge on Torsos here, but you gotta be careful. Watch your defense.
Just need to chew up that clock. They don't want to concede here. They need to make sure that they get themselves into
Oh, the
attack.
pass!
It's gonna go in! Equalized!
You're kidding me. That is insane. Look at this touch from Torsos to get it over the top of Jules. Zen finds the pass back. You think he's taking a shot. He gets the pass across.
What an absolute banger of a series. We could be going into overtime for the umpteenth time here. 21 seconds of regulation.
Dear me, Chiefs, you've left it late, but boy, are you delivering.
It's Siki. I thought he was going for another one.
No
fast.
way.
It's going to be Jules. Sends it in with 15 seconds. The hits keep coming.
I can't believe it. 2 people from the Chiefs just diving straight past. Kami hits the wall. Torsos completely out of sorts and out of order. They are so close.
The only thing that was missing then was the Benny Hill thing.
Oh, well, we might be playing it at the end, but for Out of Order, they're feeling we
No.
are the champions right now. Chiefs are sending it back, but it's 10 seconds to play. They need the goal to force the OT to keep their streak alive. Everybody on the offense here, 3 seconds. Out of Order can see the win. Let it hit the ground. That's all they need. Tap it down. Torsos for a last play. Kami looks to send it flying. It's still live in this game, but we are out of time. And Out of Order are your new Gauntlet champions.
They take it out from nowhere. The fairy tale continues from last week, and they have taken down the top dogs in Game 7.
And even just then, at the very end of that game, that demo to take Torsos completely out of play, just for me, seals the deal. Out of Order have played fast, aggressive, with intent. They never backed down. There was a few shaky moments at the start, but they've done it. They've reverse swept the Chiefs.
I can't believe it. After the 0-3, it was so many close games. It looked like they were going to take a map early on, but they ended up not finding it time after time. They finally get that long overtime in Game 4, and it turns out that that was the turning point. They're the new champions of the Gauntlet.
Every single game was in one goal. We had 4 overtimes and 2 last-second moments. What a series. So close between these two teams, battling it out to be the top.
I never would have predicted that.
No.
Not in a million years. Even with the way that Out of Order started the day playing, they were playing quite well. Coming into this match, I thought, okay, they're going to meet their makers here. The Chiefs, they've been looking good. They've been looking solid. They started really, really shaky Out of Order. And I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, the prophecy is going to fulfill itself. All of a sudden, they turn up.
And Out of Order, Game 7, or best of 7, reverse swept the Chiefs.
You can't write a better one. I mean, whoever it was putting that script together, you definitely owe him a chicken schnitzel sandwich, if you know what I mean. That is fantastic stuff.
And some of those goals, too. You know, it's just the pressure must be piling on. Both these teams, they tie it up, and then disaster.
And with the amount of demolitions, I'm actually starting to think it was pieced together by Michael Bay.
I think so. We just saw explosion after explosion going out, and in multiple games as well, and that was the impressive thing. Out of Order just seemed to level up before our eyes, and that was such a great thing to see. Well-deserved on that championship.
Really well done, and you got to give it to him. I think no matter what you say, I would have to give the MVP out to Siki. He was consistent throughout the entire day. He really scored highly in every single match, and we did look at Jules. He had some struggles. Decker, I think if he performed the way he did against Icon, he'd be up there. Siki is that rock that's just really working for Out of Order.
And I think he really managed to recover too, even after that own goal.
Yeah.
It, would have meant most players would have turned their head down. That might have been their day over.
Oh, you got a goal immediately afterwards.
Exactly. He made amends for it quite quickly, and that was a really, really big turning point.
Yeah, I really can't take anything away from them. So looks like we're readying up on a winner's interview, but for the first time, we have a new champion here in the Gauntlet. 4 events in and Out of Order. Well, they're top of the table.
They take a 4-3, and that's actually equaled up their record as well. They were 3-4 in terms of loss to wins. Now they're 4-4, and we have them here, and we instantly get a sigh from Decker.
Oh, excuse me?
Who is incredibly happy about his win.
It was a sigh of happiness, bro.
Okay, good. How you boys feeling? You just took down the Chiefs in Game 7.
I mean, obviously, I feel really good about it, but I don't know. It was a bit sloppy from both
Felt
sides.
so fucking scuffed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cleanest gameplay, but you still managed a reverse sweep. That's tough in itself.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I'm very, very, very happy that we had the resilience and.
Gonna treat myself with a bath tonight, mate. I'll tell you that much.
There you go. How was it when you guys were down 0-3? Because there were so many close games, and it felt like you were going to be able to take at least one, but you found yourself in reverse sweep territory. What did you say to each other at that moment?
Just have more confidence, I guess. We were just sort of like not really following up on each other and playing our game, and then I guess in the 4th game we just started picking it up.
And for you guys, obviously, you had some big changes in the last week or so in terms of your organization. Do you guys feel more confident now, knowing that, there was a weight of expectation perhaps lifted off your shoulders?
There wasn't really any expectation from Order. Like we don't play any differently. I feel like when we were under Order and now, but I don't know.
Well, the All Curse is no longer on us, so that's good.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. But
Facts.
I don't know. There was no really that big of a weight. I just think we've been putting a lot of work in the past couple of weeks, and it's starting to show.
Yeah, definitely see you guys progressing, and I think 3 weeks ago we definitely didn't see some of the fundamentals coming together like they have been today. Your infield passing has been on point. Who do you guys feel has been, key in instrumenting that?
I guess we try and work as a cohesive unit, so I guess everyone sort of had to pick up the game for us to be like a successful team. So I'd say everyone, to be honest with you.
Mainly just Jules.
It's good to see the team spirits are high. Congratulations once again. You take out the $120. You take out the Gauntlet number 4. Congratulations, and hope to see you defend the title next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to hear from the Out of Order boys, and really solid play from them. Yeah, it definitely was a bit sloppy towards the end, but I feel like a little rough and tumble Rocket League. Sometimes that's what you want to see.
Yeah, it was sloppy the entire series. We saw mistakes from both sides, and often it was about punishing those mistakes, but also Order really picked it up. Slowly and slowly, they got better and better. There was less mistakes from them, and that is what can be the difference maker, who can just simply make it less mistakes.
I think that goes to show that even though it was sloppy, doesn't mean it's not entertaining. It was entertaining Rocket League
Oh, yeah.
right from Series 1 all the way through to Game 7.
And as I said in the series, It's not about how you play at your best. It's about how you play at your worst. Can you take the win? And Chiefs in the past were able to take that win even at their worst, but not today.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic gauntlet today. It has been so great to see. Thank you for all so much for watching. You guys have been fantastic on your side. Looks like we had someone else tapping back in. Deca comes back in, takes another sigh of relief. Good stuff. I mean, holy schnitz, gentlemen, this has been a good one.
He's a serial sire. He sighs constantly. So if you're in comms with him with his teammates, you just hit the ball, he'll score a goal, and you're like, why are you annoyed?
Tell you what, that profile picture on Discord's looking a bit suspect though.
Oh yeah,
just a little bit, but it's been great. It really has been. This iteration of the Gauntlet has been fantastic, and having an extra team in there, I think for all the teams that competed today, including Manlets, I mean, they really stepped up to the plate to begin with. I don't think we had any, despite a couple of 3-0s. I didn't feel like there were a lot of blowout performances.
Yeah, it didn't feel like last week where we had a team that we felt like couldn't win, and this week it was completely different. But seeing some thanks in the chat, and honestly, thanks to you guys. We had a great turnout. If you do want to see more of these, please donate down below. Still time to support the Gauntlet. But there's something more important as well, is that it's the last week that we see Pyra here. He's going back to the motherland. And
isn't it the fatherland?
The fatherland, yeah.
You could just call it Deutschland. That's all right. Yeah, I'll be heading back over to Europe after this. So, I do want to say this has been the first time I've been casting Rocket League. I'm going to try to keep the community stuff going over there. But thank you all so much for welcoming me into this awesome community. And Yummy and Jim, thank you guys for giving me the chance to be a part of this. This has been absolutely fantastic. And for throwing the event together.
It's been excellent. It's been a great 4 weeks, and here's to many more to come.
Yeah, I think each week we're going to try and in some way step it up. So I think we're well on the road to that. And
I'm going to be joining you guys in Twitch chat next week.
Yeah, we might even have overseas guests. Who knows? Who knows? We could just pull talent from anywhere, right?
Might be you and me next, or should be you and me.
That'd be disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I thought we were trying to upgrade every single week.
Way to hype it in, but maybe we'll find another way to make it more exciting. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next week, same time. More information, of course, on the expanded stuff coming up through Yummy's Twitter account. Keep yourselves locked on that. But for now, on behalf of myself, Yummy Cheese Man, Jim Nesso, and everybody behind the scenes at the Gauntlet, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.